Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're having a great weekend. We down here in Southeast Texas have not had such a great weekend. The last few days, really, man, rain, rain, rain. I'll talk about little, mild showers. This is talking on the radar, red, reddish, orange for 3 days. A lot of people's homes down here flooded. That sucks. Rain stopped. Sun actually came out a little while ago, so things are drying up a little bit. Rain's supposed to stop today, thank God. Anyway, hope you're having a lot better day weather-wise where you live. Um, Power got knocked out. Internet got knocked out the last couple of days. Was going to do a show on Friday. Couldn't do it. So we're just kind of all wrapping everything into today. This late in the season, we're going to concentrate in baseball and softball on upsets. A lot of teams, just like every sport, this late in the season, have no business losing. They are losing. Some are so bad off, no matter what they do in their conference tournaments, it's not going to matter. They're not going to make any regionals or anything like that. Teams that can afford to lose, some of them are losing. We'll go over that too. Anyway, before we start, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss nothing. We're going to go over some news items real quick. Quite a few news items today. Former North Carolina quarterback Jacoby Criswell spent last season at Arkansas. He's coming back to North Carolina. He was at North Carolina from 2020 to 2022. Drake May beat him out as quarterback. He transferred to Arkansas. Now Drake May's gone. He's coming back to the Tar Heels. SEC and Big Ten are developing a plan to share revenue with players. I think they're probably doing this to avoid any lawsuits in the future. I'll still say all this. I mean, we see how money is, especially in sports. Man, one of these Saturdays we could tune into college football. No college football because they're all on strike because they want more money. It's going to happen eventually. I mean, money's a necessary part of life, but man, sometimes people go overboard with it and bad things happen. So I can see that happening in the future one day. No college football because we want more money. We're going on strike. Man, I just don't know anymore. Ex-Florida Atlantic star Jonell Davis, he transfers to Arkansas. He wants to play under John Calipari. ACC Player of the Year, R.J. Davis. He's returning to North Carolina. He averaged 21 points a game last season. Oklahoma State center Brandon Garrison. He transfers to Kentucky. He shot 57% from the field for Oklahoma State. Illinois forward Coleman Hawkins. He's hitting the transfer portal, as is Kansas State forward Arthur Kaluma. He's hitting the transfer portal too. Gymnastics fans, LSU senior gymnast Haley Bryant, she says she's coming back for a fifth season there at LSU. Coach Prime and his son Shador, they are mouthing off at former players online. Some of these former players telling them about behind-the-scenes stuff that happens at Colorado when Deion got there. And now Deion and his son are mouthing back at him online. And watch this. Big Colorado is doing everything they can to make the rest of the country hate Colorado. I mean, they really are. That's gonna be seems like it's gonna be public enemy. Their football team is gonna be public enemy number one this next season. UFC lands ex-Toledo running back Penny Boone through the transfer portal. He was actually the MAC Offensive Player of the Year last year. So he's going to Central Florida. Guess he's tired of the snow. Dayton transfer Kobe Brea. He commits to Kentucky. He made 100 three-point shots last season. Is that what I read right? I mean, that's incredible if it is. Could have been a misprint. I don't know. No, I'll be honest, I didn't pay much attention to Dayton last year. But, man, if that's true, if that really is true, wow. Creighton center Ryan Kalkbrenner, he plans to return next season. He averaged 17 points a game last year, so that's good for Creighton. Former Pepperdine player Javon Porter and current Loyola Marymount player at the moment, was arrested for DUI Friday night. And Michael Porter Jr., the things that have gone on with his brothers the last few weeks, he may want to just disown them. One going to prison or jail, and this one's getting DUI. And yeah, Michael Porter Jr. may want to disown your brothers for a while. I know they're family, but man, sometimes you just got to give people tough love. Okay, so like I said, because of this late in the season, softball, baseball, we're concentrating on upsets going on around. So let's get started. Like I said, we didn't do a show Friday, so we're going to jump back to last Tuesday. Baseball. Lipscomb beat number 3 Tennessee 9-6. Lipscomb's Vergara, 2 solo home runs, but Tennessee pitching they did have 12 strikeouts, so they had great pitching game. They just couldn't win the game. 30-14 Oregon beat number 6 Oregon State 9-5. Oregon had 10 hits in that game. 10 innings. UNC Wilmington beat number 20 North Carolina State 5-4. Wilmington's March had an RBI double. NC State, 13 strikeouts, just like Tennessee. Great pitching, just couldn't win the game. Oral Roberts beat number 22 Oklahoma 3-1. Oklahoma only 3 hits in that game. Grand Canyon beat number 21 Arizona 24-8. Grand Canyon 23 hits in this game, 2 errors. Arizona only 7 hits, 3 errors. 26-15 Illinois beat number 24 Indiana State 21-11. Illinois had 17 hits, 0 errors. Indiana State 10 hits, 1 error. No softball upsets on Tuesday. Moving into Wednesday, baseball number 13 Wake Forest. They did beat High Point, but barely. Beat them 15-12, and High Point did have more hits in that game. Number 16 Mississippi State beat 23-21. Ole Miss 5-1. Mississippi State's Mershon 2-run double. All the Bulldog pitchers combined 14 strikeouts. North Dakota State beat 25-18 Iowa 21-14. 21-14. Wow. 28-15 Nebraska beat 26-18 Kansas State 8-0. Kansas State 0 hits, 1 error in that game. Softball number 9 Florida beat number 14 Florida State 15-13. Both teams have 13 hits. Seminoles did have 3 errors in that game. Thursday, no upsets in baseball. Softball number 3 Tennessee beat number 24 Kentucky 8-3. Pennell for Tennessee, 3-run home run in that game. Puny, she had a 2-run single. Tennessee scored 5 runs in the 5th and 6th inning to come from behind or come from tied to win that game. So the 5th and 6th inning, they scored 5 runs. Pretty impressive. 26-17 Auburn beat number 16 Alabama 4-3. Auburn's Leach, she hit a 2-run home run. Pinta, she struck out 8 Bama batters. And Troy beat number 17 Louisiana 3-0. Moving on to Friday. Excuse me, baseball upsets. LSU, national champion, defending national champions, I guess. 30-17 this year. Their conference play is horrible. God, I saw the conference record. Man, they, 4 or 5 wins in conference. Anyway, they're 30-17. Beat number 1 Texas A&M 6-4. LSU's Pearson 2-run double. A&M had 3 errors in that game. Number 2 Arkansas beat number 8 Kentucky 10-3. Arkansas Smith 14 strikeouts, and then the other pitchers gave another 4. 18 total strikeouts for Arkansas pitching. But Kentucky, not too bad. They're pitching 10 strikeouts. Number 3, Tennessee beat 24-22 Florida, 6-2. They did lose the second game to Florida, though, 4-3, doubleheader. Number 4, Clemson beat 27-16 Georgia Tech, 11-4. Then they lost the second game, 14-12. I'm guessing with all these double hitters, maybe because of the weather. I know the South has had terrible weather the last few days. Rare to see baseball have double hitters. Usually it's softball, but I don't know. Number 20, North Carolina State beat number 7 Florida State 8-7. North Carolina State 14 hits. Florida State only had 7. Cal Poly beat number 9 UC Irving 10-5. Cal Poly, 16 hits. UC Irvine, 8 hits, 2 errors. 29-18, Texas beat number 14, Oklahoma State, 7-5. 7 innings, number 16, Mississippi State beat number 23, Alabama, 13-3. Mississippi State's Larry, grand slam in that game. Nice. Hines also had a nice game. 3-run home run and a solo home run. 7 innings also, number 19, Georgia beat number 17, Vanderbilt, 10-0. Georgia's Torres, 3-run home run. Alfred, he hit a 2-run home run. 7 innings. Troy has been giving Louisiana Raging Cajuns fits. Troy beat number 18, Louisiana, 16-5. Only 6 hits in that game for Louisiana. 20-22, Michigan State beat 23-22 Michigan, one of their rivals, 3-2 in 10 innings. 19-23, Pittsburgh beat 23-21 Notre Dame, 3-1. 23-20 Ohio State beat 26-16 Illinois, 7-5. 27-18 Kansas State beat 26-16 Kansas, 3-2. No errors in that game between both teams. And 22-23 USC beat 26-17 Cal, 5-1. Moving to softball on Friday, number 4 Oklahoma State beat number 2 Oklahoma, 6-3, despite committing 3 errors. They actually call that series, I guess they call all Oklahoma State sports when they play. I guess they all call them Bedlam because they were calling this series Bedlam the whole weekend. Number 3 Tennessee beat number 24 Kentucky, 8-3. Number 7 Stanford beat number 21 Oregon, 7-3. Oregon, 9 hits, but only 3 runs out of that. Number 9 Florida beat number 8 Texas A&M, 2-1. Texas A&M, another softball team, another team that's not having a good weekend. Florida's Wallace hit an RBI double. Rothrock struck out 5 Aggie batters. 31-19, Utah beat number 10 Washington, 5-4. Washington did have 4 more hits in this game. Couldn't do anything with it. 29-24, Ole Miss beat number 11 Arkansas, 6-0. Ole Miss's DeLeon, she had a 2-run home run. Arkansas did win the second game, though, 12-2. Number 19, Mississippi State beat number 12 Georgia, 2-0. Mississippi State's Weasley, she had 8 strikeouts in that one. Kennedy, she hit a solo home run. 27-21, Syracuse beat number 14 Florida State, 4-3. Both those teams had 7 hits. Seminoles did have 3 errors. Florida State did win the second game, 3-2 though. Number 16 Alabama beat 26-18 Auburn, 2-0. Auburn, 7 hits, 0 runs. 19-30 Michigan State beat 25-24 Purdue, 3-0. 20-28 Iowa State beat 28-22 Central Florida, 9-0. Central Florida only 1 hit in that game. 38-14 Michigan beat 29-19 Ohio State, 9-6. Baylor beat Houston in a doubleheader. First game they won 6-0. Second game they won 7-1. Going to yesterday. Baseball. Oh, A&M. Both boys and girls having a bad weekend. LSU beats number 1 Texas A&M 6-4. LSU's Holloman, 10 strikeouts. Little after that, 6 strikeouts for LSU. LSU won that series. Third game is today sometime, if they play it, because that weather was leaving Texas, going straight over to Louisiana, playing the Baton Rouge this weekend. So I don't even know if they'll get that game going. Number 8, Kentucky beat number... If I'm A&M, I'm just like, forget it. We're going home. We suck. Number 8, Kentucky beat number 2, Arkansas, 11-3. Kentucky's Petrie, 2 RBI doubles in that game. Nice game. Lopez hit a 3-run double. 20-25, Washington State beat number 6, Oregon State, 10-9. 30-18, Texas beat number 14, Oklahoma State, 6-3. UT won that series. 21-27, Mizzou beats number 16, South Carolina, 8-3. South Carolina committed 2 errors in that game. Number 16, Mississippi State beat number 23, Alabama, 8-1. Bama only had 8 hits in that game. Mississippi State wins that series. Number 19, Georgia beat number 17, Vanderbilt, 14-4. Georgia's Collins, 3-run home run in that one. Phelps hit a 2-run home run in that game. Georgia wins the series. Talked about Louisiana having a bad weekend like A&M. Well, Troy beat them yesterday. Beat number 18, Louisiana, 8-4. Both had 10 hits and 1 error in this game. Troy won the series. 31-14, Oregon beat number 25 Utah. 7-5, and again 5-1 in a doubleheader. 26-19, Indiana beat 31-16 Purdue. 10-2. 26-21, Cincinnati beat 28-17 West Virginia. 10-4. 21-22, Michigan State beat Michigan 12-8. Michigan had 2 errors. Michigan State wins that series. 27-16, Kansas beat 27-19 Kansas State 4-0. Kansas Ashby 2-run double on that game. And 18-21, Washington beat 25-23 Arizona State 14-9. Excuse me. Some of these series will be wrapping up today. For some teams, it doesn't matter. I guess I'm trying to avoid being swept, but I don't know. All right, softball yesterday. Number 1, Texas beat 28-19 Texas Tech. Get this, 23-0. Texas Tech committed 2 errors, didn't help their cause because they still got wiped. Number 4, Oklahoma State beat number 2 Oklahoma 6-2. OU committed 2 errors. Oklahoma State wins that series. Number 3, Tennessee beat number 24 Kentucky 8-7. UT's Panel, she hit a solo home run, 2 RBI singles also. Tennessee wins the series. Number 7, Stanford beat number 21 Oregon 3-1. Stanford wins that series. Number 9, Florida beat number 8 Texas A&M 9-8. Otis for Florida, she hit a grand slam in that game. Florida wins the series. 32-19, Utah beat number 10 Washington 2-1. Washington, 8 hits they had in this game, but only 1 run. Utah wins the series. 30-24, Ole Miss beat number 11 Arkansas 4-3. Ole Miss, DeLeon, she hit a 2-run double. Ole Miss wins the series. Number 12, Georgia beat number 19 Mississippi State 5-0. Mississippi State only had 3 hits in this game. Georgia's Davis, she hit a 2-run single. Number 13, LSU beat Liberty 9-4. LSU's Pleasance and Petty, they each hit solo home runs. In 5 innings, 28-22, Syracuse beat number 14 Florida State 15-5. Florida State committed 3 errors in this game. Syracuse wins that series. 27-18, Auburn beat number 16 Alabama 3-0. Bama only had 4 hits in that game. 37-16, Indiana beat number 27 Northwestern 8-3. 32-21, Rutgers beat 34-16 Penn State 5-3. Then won the second game 9-5. 30-19, Ohio State beat 38-15 Michigan 6-0. 20-30, Michigan State beat 25-25 Purdue 1-0. Michigan State wins that series. Like we said, some of these series are wrapping up today. There are a few rubber games in baseball and softball today, but we're getting down to it. I saw they advertised the baseball, at least the SEC last night when I was watching the game. SEC conference tournament starts like May 20th. So we're getting down to the end of the season. These conference tournaments are fixing to start. Like we said, there are teams losing that have no business losing. It's to the point where no matter what they do in that conference tournament, except maybe win the thing, they're done. Quit losing and start winning, and you could be back in it. We'll be back. Don't think we're going to have any storms knocking out power and internet this week. So we'll be back like Thursday or Friday so we can do the upsets of the week, and then we'll be back maybe Sunday. I know it's Mother's Day, and I still got to find out the plans we got going on here. If not Sunday, then definitely Monday to wrap up next weekend. Anyway, be safe, have fun, work hard, stay busy, and the weekend will be here again before you know it. We'll see you next time.